Well, Microsoft was the first software company where we wrote software for personal computers, and we believed that we could hire the best engineers. There was an unbelievable amount of software to be written, and we could do it well, and we could do it on a global basis. And the original customer base was the hardware manufacturers, and we sold to literally hundreds and hundreds, over 100 companies in Japan, over 100 companies doing word processors and industrial control type things. We knew in the long run we wanted to sell software directly to users, but we actually didn't get around that until 1980, when we had our first sort of games and productivity software that people would go to a computer store and actually buy the software package. We actually talked about it in an article in, I think, 1977 was the first time it appears in print, where we say a computer on every desk and in every home, and actually we said running Microsoft software. If we were just talking about the vision, we'd leave those last three words out. If we were talking an internal company discussion, we'd put those words in. And it's very hard to recall how crazy and wild that was. On every desk and in every home. At the time you have people who are very smart saying, why would somebody need a computer? Even Ken Olsen, who had run this company Digital Equipment, who made the computer I grew up with, and that we admired both him and his company immensely, was saying that this seemed kind of a silly idea that people would want to have a computer. When IBM saw that we had written the software for all the personal computers, they came to us, sought our advice on the design, but we said you should put a disk in. And since they wanted to ship very quickly, another company called Digital Research had done that work for the 8-bit machines, and they were starting to do a version for these new 16-bit machines. We convinced IBM to do a 16-bit machine using this 8086, 8088 processor. Well, Digital Research really hadn't finished the work, and then IBM was getting frustrated because Digital Research wouldn't sign even the non-disclosure agreement. And then some of us, particularly Paul and a key person named Kazuhiko Nishi, who was from Japan and worked with us, said, no, we should just do that ourselves. And because of the quick timing, we ended up licensing the original code from another company and turned that into MS-DOS. And so then, subsequently, MS-DOS competed with this Digital Research CP/M. After about 2 or 3 years, MS-DOS became far, far more popular than CP/M. And then eventually we would take and add graphics capability on top of MS-DOS and then integrate the two together. And so today when we talk about Windows, it actually includes all those MS-DOS things in it. That's the full operating system. Although mostly you think of the graphics and the Windows and stuff, there's a lot of more classic operating system capability that's built in there. The IBM initial deal is a flat fee deal. Another flat fee deal. It had certain restrictions that prevented IBM from selling to other hardware makers. So if people did IBM PC compatible machines, we would get the revenue by doing business directly with those people. And the deal was very complicated, but it was a deal that Steve Ballmer, who's a key person at the company by that time, and I thought a lot about, and it was a fairly junior team from IBM, and so we tried to make sure that given our belief that personal computers would be hyper popular, that Microsoft would get a lot of that upside. So they felt they got a very good deal, which they did, but as the industry expanded, we, for new versions and for different machines, we got that opportunity, even though they did not pay us a royalty.